What's going on, guys? It's your boy Deb back with another one of these Dokkan vids. Today we're going to talk about AGL Bardock, how he performed in his meta, how he looks today, the good, the bad, the ugly. You guys already know the usual things. So AGL Bardock came out as the Saiyan Day unit of 2020 for both Global and JP. And one thing to note about this unit was the fact that I remember that JP got Extreme Super Battle Road that same very day that AGL Bardock came out, but Global doesn't get Extreme Super Battle Road till September 15th of 2020. It's so just like, it's like, why? It's like, they drop Bardock with Extreme Super Battle Road that same day they drop his banner. They do the same for Global, but leave out Extreme Super Battle Road. The decisions are just so stupid, to be honest. So let's talk about how he performed inside the Extreme Super Battle Road meta / long event meta. For Extreme Super Battle Road, I would say he performed alright, considering the fact that he was going up against extreme class enemies, and some of those extreme AGL enemies would be like Frieza's and like King Colds and shit. So if he was able to go up against that one specific fight for extreme AGL, like, let me just go ahead and pull it up, right? Go to Extreme Super Battle Road, all over, I think it's versus, is it versus Extreme AGL? Extreme AGL, right? No, it's not Extreme AGL. It's versus Extreme STR. So going up against Extreme STR, I always confuse the timings, guys, so excuse me. Going up against Extreme STR, Bardock has the potential to go up against Frieza, not in the first fight at all. In the second fight, he has the potential to go up against Frieza. So 2 out of the 3 times you would be able to go into the second fight, you have the potential to go up against a Wicked Bloodline units. Because there's a Frieza right here, there's a Mecha Frieza right here, and then there's King Cold right here. So it's like there's 3 Wicked Bloodline enemies. So yeah, that's pretty nice. So for the second fight, you have 2 chances to go up against Frieza enemies, well, / Wicked Bloodline enemies. And we go over to the third fight. We have 1 fight where we go up against Cooler, so that's cool. You can go ahead and transform Bardock immediately because he transforms immediately when going up against a Wicked Bloodline enemy or on turn 4. I think the inherent value of this unit inside Extreme Super Battle Road was quite good, because when you got to either the second or third fight for this versus Extreme STR, this guy can transform inside the second or third fight, and that's quite valuable considering the fact that if we go over here, this guy excels when going up against extreme class enemies / Wicked Bloodline enemies, because over here when he goes up against extreme class enemy, he's effective against all types. That's quite good. And he also launched the additional attack that's a 50% chance to become a super attack, and he guaranteed crits when going up against Wicked Bloodline enemies. Guaranteed crits, and you have a 50% chance to launch an additional super attack after launching an attack is quite powerful, guys. That shit is pretty good. And also, to top it all off, a little cherry on top, he also gains key, crit chance, dodge chance, and damage reduction for the first 5 turns after he transforms. So that was quite good for 2020, considering that Super Battle Road was the hardest content in the game when he first dropped. So, I mean, guys, he was good. He was good for Extreme Super Battle Road. So, how would he perform inside long events, aka the Legend Goku event meta? So, of course, Legend Goku event came out literally like last year to this guy's release. So, this guy did fine because he stacks defense. He would stack up his defense, and once he got to NUI Goku, he would transform. And he would be doing quite fine. Yes, this guy was doing alright. Although, I mean, he didn't have his effective against all types because clearly the Legend Goku event wasn't an extreme class enemy, or wasn't a Wicked Bloodline, obviously. He would still do quite well because he still had this key, crit chance, dodge chance, and damage reduction right over here, and he would effectively just have this. Basically, if you weren't going up against an extreme class enemy or a Wicked Bloodline enemy, some parts of his passive would just be dead, you know? But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about how he performed in his meta, and he performed well in this meta because inside Extreme Super Battle Road, inside the second and third fights, you can go up against a Wicked Bloodline enemy, and inside Legend Goku event, he was a defensive stacker, so he did well for his meta. Did quite well. Now, how does he look today in the red zone? Now, I know that there's a Wicked Bloodline. Guys, I'm going to be honest. When this guy gets an easy A, I think, hey, call me crazy, I think that this Bardock is going to be good for the Wicked Bloodline red zone when he gets his easy A. Now, I don't know when his easy A is going to be, but listen, we got Frieza, we have Mecha Frieza and King Cold right here, then we have Metal Cooler right here, and then you have Metal Cooler and then Metal Cooler Core. I mean, guys, I think he's going to be good when he gets his easy A for this stage. I think so. Hopefully they give him a little bit more. I think the reason why I say that is because I think he's going to be a bit of a dynamo, considering the fact that this guy can transform turn 1 when going against a Wicked Bloodline enemy. Listen, I'm just saying. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Maybe he'll be ass when he easy ace for the Wicked Bloodline red zone, or maybe he'll be good. But hey, pre-transformation, I mean, he's defensive stacking, and he's effective against all types. He can transform turn 1. He can guarantee crit and have a chance to double super. He is effective against all types on top of that. I mean, okay. Okay. Now, of course, with that being said, for the red zone, he's ass. We're just going to say that right. He's complete butt cheeks for the red zone. I mean, guys, he starts out with 120% attack and defense. It'll take him way too long to build up his defense. And it's just, there's really no use in bringing him because he's a 2020 unit. I mean, guys, it should be pretty clear cut and simple that typically, if you're not Z-Sword Gohan, aka Tech Ultimate Gohan, you ain't working in the red zone. Alright, that's really about it. So, what is good about him? I think the good thing about him is the fact that he is a defensive stacking unit that came out during the time where it was a long event meta. Even though he literally introduced Extreme Super Battle Road on his release, he was still good for Extreme Super Battle Road and the long event meta ended up the Legendary Goku event meta. So his defensive stacking is fine. His transformation condition is also fine turn 4 or when going against a Wicked Bloodline enemy. He also has a okay enough link set. I say he has a solid enough link set. The same lineage, prepare for battle, experienced fighter, same warrior race. I mean, other than family ties and Saiyan pride, it's just like those links are a little weird for him. But those 4 links alone, experienced fighters, the same lineage, same warrior race, and prepare for battle, I would say his links are quite fine. He's on a nice bit of category team, so when he gets his EGA, he's going to be looking good. And post-transformation, I would say that he really excels when going against a Wicked Bloodline enemy / Extreme Class enemy, because Extreme Class enemy, he is effective against all types, and when going against a Wicked Bloodline enemy, it's guaranteed crits. I mean, come on. Guaranteed crits. We like guaranteed crits, right? I know a lot of people that love damage. So, post-transformation, of course, he's getting damage reduction, crit chance, dodge chance. That's all cool. It's all cool. That's all good about him. It's like, this unit when he came out was fine. He was a solid enough unit for that meta. So, what is bad about Bardock? I think the bad thing about Bardock is the fact that he almost has nothing pre-transformation. Now, of course, his defensive stacking is a-okay. I mean, I like that they gave him stacking defense. That's fine, because the meta he came out of was the long event meta, even though he introduced the most difficult content in the game at the time with ESBR. So, I think the problem with him now, like if we take a look at him from face value, this guy only starts out with 120% attack and defense, gains up to 50% attack with basically 5 low-class warriors on the team, and he's effective against all types of going against a Wicked Bloodline enemy. So, essentially, it's not enough, okay? It's not enough. Gaining attack and being effective against all types, it's like you're not always going to be going against a Wicked Bloodline enemy, so this part of his passive is basically going to always be dead. And you're not always going to have this guy on a low-class warrior team, so his attack is not always going to look the greatest. His attack pre-transformation never looked the greatest at all, to be completely honest with you guys. It's more so the fact that this guy's turn 1 transformation for Extreme Super Battle when going against a Wicked Bloodline enemy, or when you're just using him to defensively stack for your long event missions at the time. So, his pre-transformation is super whatever, and we go over to his Super Saiyan transformation. He loses the defensive stacking capability, which is fine because he does actually look quite solid for his time. But and we take a look at what we got here. It's like we want to bring this guy up against extreme class enemies / a Wicked Bloodline enemy, but the thing is that it's like the thing is that the time where he came out was more so to get those Legendary Goku event missions done, right? And Goku's not an extreme class enemy. This guy will not look the greatest going against anyone other than an extreme class enemy. That's really the point. It's like, if you take a look at his passive, what is it like? 2/4 of his passive is dead. This Wicked Bloodline part of his passive, and it's effective against all types going against extreme class enemies, is dead too, basically. Because all you'll basically have is 180% attack and 100% defense, and you'll have this 3 key and this 18% chance to form a crit, dodge, and damage reduction. Which looks cool in a vacuum, but that's all you have, guys. Really, that's all you have. Now, one thing I could point out about this guy is the fact that you can technically say that this guy is doing everything in the potential system. He has dodge, he has additional chance for his wait, right? Yeah, he has dodge, he has additional because he's an AGL unit, and he has crit. So he does everything for the potential. So that's something interesting to point out. Now another thing about this unit I don't like is that he does have some dead links like family ties and the First Awaken. It's like the First Awaken. It's like UI Goku and Bardock, right? Yeah, and Piccolo for some damn reason. UI Goku and Bardock. Why the hell does LR Piccolo have this link? I know that it doesn't really mean that much, but like, look at what this link is giving. 25% attack and 10% defense, that's quite solid. And then Family Ties, I mean, 2 key and 10% attack is really whatever. But if we take a look at this link, it's like, are you... What? Look at this link! Look at this fucking link! It's bad! This link is butt cheeks. They gave it to the new Dokkan as Bardock. Family Ties, guys. Family Ties. So, what are his best linking partners? Bardock and Gine! I mean, at least later on that year, he does get STR Vegito as a best linking partner, and you can run him on Pure Saiyans. Well, wait, no, it was Pure Saiyans? Were they added to Pure Saiyans in 2020? I don't remember. But yeah, you can run him on Super Saiyans, and that's it. I think it was only for Super Saiyans at the time, no? At the time, he was only able to run them on Super Saiyans. I don't remember if they added these guys to Pure Saiyans in 2020, but still, it goes as shown. At least it can be ran right next to STR Vegito at that same year. And then next year in 2021, at the time he came out, you can run next to Tech Vegeta. Because look at his links. These links they're solid. Like, look, you're getting 5 out of what? That's 5 out of 7 links with them. That's pretty cool. But really, the real question is are you going to run AGL Bardock right next to these guys? No. It's like these guys are better left with each other rather than linking them up with this guy. And Bardock and Gine are a dead unit. Yes, this unit is literally in the ground, RIP, face down. Now, I think that's really about it. Bardock, I would say he came out, served his purpose. Hey, served his purpose. That's all that really needs to be said about this unit. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. You guys are the best. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.